Welcome, everyone. Honestly, it's an incredible pleasure to be here at the meeting of various EU-funded projects among inspiring people coming from different backgrounds to talk about trust in science. So I have the honor of coordinating a European Union-funded research project called VERITY, where together with my colleagues and my team, we investigate the question of trust in science. Next slide, please. So science helps us to understand and tackle grand challenges, for instance, global health, climate change, sustainability, and inequalities. However, scientific advancements are not enough if they're not accompanied by sufficient consideration of societal perceptions, public support, and trust in science. Next slide, please. So not long ago, we observed the skepticism surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine rollout, which also echoes the hostility of climate science. Next slide. And what is interesting is that European and global data show us a relatively high level of societal trust in science. However, the fact that people in general trust science does not necessarily mean that they will follow science-based recommendations on a specific issue. So why does it happen? Well, there's many different factors, but we wanted to highlight a couple of them. For instance, changing research environments with new actors and new forms of research collaborations, such as public-private partnerships or citizen science. But we're also seeing an increasing interconnection between science, politics, and economy, which also affects the trust in science through power balance and imbalance. So what we're observing is a paradigm shift from institutional trust to a new form of distributed trust. So trust is moving into the hands of the many, and the traditional ecosystem of trust is broadening. Next slide, please. Yes. So what we do as a project, as a VERITY project, we're introducing the ecosystem of trust in science, which is a conceptual dynamic space where societal trust in science is formed, shaped, negotiated, and influenced. And the VERITY also goes beyond the state of the art by conceptualizing stewards of trust as actors within the ecosystem who are gatekeepers of trust in science, as reflected either in their official mandate and mission, but also their de facto power and influence. And this includes traditional stewards of trust, such as universities, research funding organizations, or research ethics committees, but also non-traditional stewards of trust, such as tech industry, social media and social media influencers, civil society organizations, community leaders, and us as citizens. So based on our research, what we advocate as VERITY is, first of all, a redefinition of the ecosystem of trust in science. Second, a recognition of responsibilities and the roles of stewards of trust in building trust in science. And finally, collaboration between all stewards of trust. And in the next slide, you can see different roles and responsibilities that we have identified in the project. And next slide. Of course, I just give you a very, very quick snapshot of the research that we're doing in the project, but I encourage you also to take a look at our research in details, reports and deliverables and articles. But what we followed with VERITY is a 4-module process where we first started with 3 steps focused on investigating and understanding reasons for trust and mistrust in science, the roles of stewards of trust, and methods and tools for enhancing trust in science. And the final step is about developing recommendations for guiding trust in science. And we're truly, truly excited for also developing those recommendations with your support. Next slide, please. And the VERITY consortium comprises of 6 partners working together on those steps. And next slide. And we truly also encourage you to follow VERITY work through our website and our social media. And the final slide from my side that I wanted to share is about highlighting various activities that we're doing as a project, but also together with our sister projects that I wanted specifically to highlight the joint final conference event together with Janusz Poezis and VERITY in spring 2025. So we hope to see many of you also there, and different activities from Verity. Thank you so much for the time and listening. And I hope that this presentation also gave a little bit of a background for the discussions today. Thank you so much.